Stairways and ramps. There have been a number of improvements in both volumes relating to stairways and ramps. At the moment, stairs must be constructed perfectly. Every riser must be the same height and every going must be the same length. The NCC says that they must be constant. So the BCA has now altered what constant actually means. The provisions now allow for variations to the riser height to account for factors such as atmospheric moisture changes that affect material dimensions, or movement in materials that impact the finished stair dimensions. These requirements are not intended to fix construction errors. There are two concurrent requirements. Under 3A, adjacent risers are adjacent goings must be within 5 mm of each other, and under 3B, the largest and smallest riser, or the largest and smallest going within a flight, must be within 10 mm of each other. We've put some new figures in the explanatory information to explain how this works. Firstly, in this illustration we have two adjacent risers, and A is taller than B. That's okay, so long as the difference between A and B is no more than 5 mm. But if we only had the 5 mm rule, the next riser could be another 5 mm, and then the next could be another 5 mm, and then another, until the bottom riser is 70 mm taller than the top riser. So we also have the next provision. So secondly, the largest and smallest riser, or the largest and smallest going, within a flight must be within 10 mm of each other. So in this diagram, C is the largest riser in the flight and D is the smallest. The difference between C and D can't be more than 10 mm. Note that these new provisions don't let you go outside the maximum and minimum dimensions and the 2R plus G. For example, you can't add 5 mm and go over 190 mm for your riser. BCA has also inserted a maximum gradient for ramps in Volume 2. As you can see, the lead-in, this applies to ramps which serve external doorways and ramps inside a building. You can't go steeper than 1 in 8, and you need to have landings. Note that a driveway is not considered to be a ramp. This recognises the troubles associated with steeply sloping sites. However, a ramp from the driveway to the external door would need to comply. Reference documents. As you can see from the table, there are a number of changes to the reference documents. Some are new reference standards, such as AS 5637 Part 1 for determination of group numbers, as mentioned earlier. Some have been removed, such as AS NZS 1200 boilers and pressure vessels. The Nash amendments, steel frame buildings, mainly editorial changes. And there have been numerous new additions and amendments. For more details of the new standards or amended standards, you can view our video on reference standards. We would like to thank the ABCB for the content provided in this presentation. The ABCB has developed a Consolidated Performance Requirements document that is a compilation of the NCC performance requirements with the general provisions included also. By grouping these provisions together with the ABCB is showing that at the end of the day, these are the only mandatory requirements of the NCC. You can meet them by deemed to satisfy provisions, or you can meet them with a performance solution, but what you find in this book are the only mandatory requirements of the NCC. The ABCB is developing handbooks for the new verification methods, which will bring the total of handbooks freely available on their website to 19. There are no new Victorian variations to Volume 2. However, there have been some minor changes to the appendix footnotes. That ends the presentation on the changes to Volume 2. Thank you. As stated at the beginning, if you have any questions arising from these changes, please forward them to our seminar address at nccseminars2016 at vba.vic.gov.au. To contact our technical services team for any other technical matters, you can do that by post, phone, or send an email to our technical inquiry email address or our customer service email address shown on the slide.